Hello there everybody, it is me Leo and welcome back to another Stardew Valley Legacy speed build. So today we're working on the Stardrop Saloon. This is pretty much the local tavern slash pub in Pelican Town, which in case you guys didn't know, Pelican Town is kind of like the villagey area of Stardew Valley. But this is where the character Gus lives, and Gus is pretty much like the local bartender slash chef, I believe. So this is basically the place where you would find most of the townsfolk hanging around, especially at night. You know, some of them are here dancing, some of them are here drinking, and some of them are here playing in the arcade, because there's like a little arcade area to the side as well. So a lot of the teenagers slash young adults would typically come here as well. Oh, also, this is where another character, Emily, works part-time as a waitress, and Emily is also one of the bachelorettes in Stardew Valley as well. But the only person living here is Gus. And yeah, it's a really fun place to come over in Stardew Valley. Like, playing the game, I found myself coming here all the time because it'll usually take me way too long to finish a quest, and typically the person giving the quest would hang out here pretty much until the wee hours of the night, so it would be a pretty easy place to find everyone because I think most people come here. Anyway, so it was a really challenging build actually to do this, because I mean I've experienced this challenge in pretty much most of my builds that I've done so far in the Stardew Valley Legacy build series, but for this one in particular, it was a little bit more tricky because the exterior and the interior was so difficult to match, because the whole bar in general from the outside looks really small and tiny, but when you actually go inside, it actually has a really large space inside. So that was kind of like a predicament that I had to figure out, but I think it came out really well in the end. Some of the areas inside I wish I could have made a little bit wider, but I literally ran out of space on the lot. Plus, if I made this house any wider, I feel like it would have messed up the proportion. So, you know, I was looking at that and I just tried to make sure that it looked the same, you know, or like it looked as close as possible to Stardew Valley on both the inside and the outside. So I kind of had to find like a good middle ground to work everything out, and I think I was able to work everything out to the best of my capabilities. But I have actually made some adjustments to the outside. Like, you guys can see the roof. I actually chose a different roof in the end. Like, I made some slight, you know, changes to the roof. Nothing too crazy, but you guys will see it in the screenshots eventually. But yeah, this is actually located around the main town square of Stardew Valley, Pelican Town, but we don't really have that kind of area in The Sims 4, so I went ahead and just put it along a row with the clinic and the general store, because these are the houses that surround the town square. This region of Willow Creek actually has a fourth lot. It is a larger lot at the very right side of where we are at the moment, and I'm thinking of making that lot into like the town square type of thing. So it's probably gonna be like an empty lot or something. So I don't know, I'm probably not gonna record a video of that. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Once again, this series is still very much a work in progress, so if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the description below. Also, you guys can find more details on the series if you search for the hashtag Stardew Valley Legacy on different social media, on YouTube and on Twitter. I I post pictures and stuff. If in the future I decide to upload the builds, I will upload them with the hashtag Stardew Valley Legacy builds, and also same goes for the Sims. I will be uploading them if I ever decide to do so in the future with the hashtag Stardew Valley Legacy Sims, or you guys can just use my universal hashtag for the channel, which is XFreezerBunnyX, or you can find me with my username on Origin, Amitaliri. All of that will be linked in the description below, so you guys don't really have to worry about that, but I highly suggest you follow me on Twitter because I post updates on, you know, what's coming up in the future and stuff like that. So anyway, I feel like we have pretty much finished the outside. I don't think I really make a lot of changes to it in the future except for like the roof, but for the outside it does have this very industrial kind of grunge aesthetic with lots of worn out bricks and, you know, natural kind of worn out wood textures and stuff. So I really liked how the outside came together. For the inside, it was a little bit tricky, but I think I was able to kind of like get the gist of it correct. One of the things that I tried to do at first, actually, over here, oopsie, I bumped into my desk. But yeah, I tried to do like a saloon door, if you guys get what I mean. Like on the side, you guys can see to the left there, I tried to make a saloon door. It was really weird. I was really distracted by it, so I actually just deleted the fence. I kind of like the look of it now, but when I was building it, I was like really distracted by it. I don't know why. So I actually didn't go with it. I don't know, you guys can easily just put a fence on that like archway thing over there, and you know, we're all good to go. But yep, right now we are just putting in this bar area. What's really funny about this house is that there's actually like no kitchen. And I didn't notice that there was no kitchen at first, because it really doesn't have a kitchen actually, even in Stardew Valley. But I am assuming in Stardew Valley their like purpose of not having a kitchen would probably be implied that, you know, like Gus will be able to cook whatever he needs from the bar. But obviously we can't do that in The Sims unless all he eats is alcohol or nectar or drinks, as they would say in The Sims. So what I actually did eventually when I realized that there's no kitchen is that I put a microwave, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Gus will be able to survive on a microwave, which kind of bothers me a little bit because I do think that Gus is a chef. Like, I really think he's a chef, or maybe not. Like, I might be wrong, but I would have really liked to have worked in like a kitchen or something. But once again, I'm trying my best to be as screen accurate to the game as possible. So unfortunately, no kitchen. But yeah, I think that yeah. Also, this bar area, it's just way smaller than how I would have liked it to, because in like Stardew Valley, there's actually like some booths where, you know, people can sit around and stuff, which I wasn't able to include because there was just absolutely no space whatsoever to have it. So yeah, but you know, in the end I had to make some compromises. Obviously building Stardew Valley in a 3D game has its own kind of set of challenges as well. But I think, you know, overall I think it came together really nicely. So yeah, I'm just putting in some lights. I actually changed these lights eventually. I went for like a more darker, moodier color scheme. And I think, yeah, there's also like some lamps on the tables as well. I actually really like the effect of these. I think I changed those lamps actually. But what I actually really like is this little detail of having that sculpture that came with Outdoor Retreat in one corner. There's actually like a bear sculpture in, you know, in like the bar in Stardrop Saloon in Stardew Valley. It has a bear sculpture, but instead of having like a bear sculpture, because we don't have it in The Sims 4, I just put that little mascot thing from Outdoor Retreat. So right now we are working on kind of like the arcade area. I realized at some point that I made this room way too small, so I actually like took some space away from the bar area. Oh, by the way, I put like a vending machine in this room, and that's actually a fridge, so it's gonna work as a fridge. So I'm pretty sure Gus can survive because he does have a fridge and he does have a microwave. So also like since since Stardew Valley is like such a tight-knit community, I'm sure he'll have no problem whatsoever coming into other people's houses and asking them to borrow their kitchen to cook some meals or something like that. That's just my lore to it. I actually haven't gotten to know Gus that much in my personal gameplay of Stardew Valley, but I've grown to like him a lot. He's one of the more mature characters, but he's really funny, and a lot of shenanigans actually happens in this location, mostly involving Pam. But one of the more heartfelt moments that I've had with Gus is, hopefully this doesn't come across as really spoilery, but oh, by the way, I did enlarge like the arcade. There we go. We did move some walls a little bit just to make a little bit more space for this other area. But there's this one moment where the local, I guess, homeless person, Linus, he was like scavenging for food, and I think he was scavenging at like Gus's trash can on the side of his, on the side of the saloon basically. And basically at first I thought it was Gus getting mad at Linus because, generally in Stardew Valley, when they catch you like rummaging through their trash, they kind of get mad at you pretty much. But I thought that was where the conversation was leading up to, but based on like my choices, I ended up having Linus, I ended up having Gus cook something for Linus, which I thought was really heartfelt. Linus is such a misunderstood character, and he's one of the first people that I actually made friends with when I was playing Stardew Valley. But anyway, this little area right here that we're furnishing right now is actually a very special area because this is where you will have dates with, your significant other in Stardew Valley. I believe this is also the place where you're gonna propose. If you want to marry someone, I think this is where you would take them to on like a special date and give them their like mermaid pendant or something like that. So unfortunately, yeah, since this place really doesn't function as a restaurant or anything, we can't do that, but that's like a nice little kind of like private private stall, I guess, for like restaurants or like fancy guests like VIPs or whatever. So that's that. Also, you guys probably might have noticed me throwing in some like some posters, like some quote unquote fictional movie posters from, The Sims 4, which I believe are supposed to be like references to actual pop culture movies and stuff. But I put some posters like on the walls in like the arcade area, which I thought was really appropriate to have because, it's kind of like the teen kids, it's like the teen young adult area. So I thought that those posters would work really well in that area. I feel like I haven't put a closet. I don't think I've put a closet here actually, now that I think about it. So I think I might have to go into this build once again and make sure to put a closet at some point. But yeah, this is Gus's bedroom. Nothing too crazy. He has everything he needs. That TV works, by the way, even if it's on the floor. The Sims can still use it perfectly. And of course, the houses in Stardew Valley actually don't have a bathroom. So, yeah, I just had to work in like a functioning bathroom to make sure that everybody is properly satisfied. But this is pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I didn't like overly design it. I just made sure to make everything, functioning and working. And this is where I'm incorporating like the quote unquote, unofficial kitchen area. So, there's there's a microwave, there's a sink, and I think he's pretty much good to go. I think he'll be able to survive from that. Also on one wall you guys can see me put like a neon sign, so I thought that was a really cool little addition as well. I wasn't sure if the fridge I put here was like a functioning fridge or not, so I might have to test that out. If not, then I'll change it with something else. Yeah. Anyway, this area is kind of like the storage area. In Stardew Valley, I think this is supposed to be the cellar basement type area or whatever. So we didn't have like any barrels of stuff. I mean, we had some barrels, but I didn't like them, so I just put in some crates and stuff. Also, my original idea for this was actually to have this front area, like really grassy and kind of like really gardeny, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that just looked really weird and it didn't really look like it matched with like the surrounding area, so I kind of just ended up putting in, you know, some pavement and some outdoor dining area, which I believe I will replace those tables with something else. But I think this video is pretty much coming up to an end, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my commentary right here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far, and if you guys want to help support the channel, please don't forget to hit that like, favorite, and subscribe button because it really helps out a lot. You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.